Hey, what's going on, guys? So I want to take some time to explain to you what your abs and your torso is designed to do, and to help you understand why some of the most common exercises out there are really foolish and you should really never ever be doing them. And I'm gonna dispel some myths in regards to sit-ups and crunchies and show you why doing sit-ups and crunchies it's just foolish, and why a Russian twist is one of the worst exercises that you can possibly be doing, and why they're so bad for your low back. All right, so first of all, what are your abs designed to do? Like, what is your torso designed to do? It's meant to support your spine. So if you look at your abs, the anatomy of your torso, it's like a corset, or it's like a lumbar support all the way around your spine. And then you also have muscles that act as guide wires that go up and down, and all these muscles are there to support your spine while you get motion from your legs and from your arms, okay? So that's what he's doing. If you look back in history, what did humans do a lot of? What did our ancestors do? We were hunter-gatherers, and we're always walking around carrying things. So women, you were carrying your baskets and carrying food, or carrying your baby, or carrying your child around a lot. Guys, we were carrying weapons and carrying the game we harvested. So like our abs, so I mean right now, if my abs weren't activated, I would just fall to the floor, right? So my abs are always here to hold me upright, to get motion for my body. What my abs aren't doing is flexing me forward repeatedly. What they're actually doing is preventing me from falling forward. So I want to show you why doing a sit-up and doing a crunchie and doing a Russian twist is so bad for your low back. So let's watch this. So here's you lying on your back, getting ready to do a sit-up, okay? So you should always have this nice little curve in your lumbar spine that keeps your disc healthy. So when you do a sit-up, you're curling up, and you can see how the vertebrae are crushing this disc. Let's use this one. So sit up, sit up, sit up, sit up. And the research clearly shows that every time you do a sit-up, you put massive compressive loads on the anterior, the front of this disc, and eventually it's going to fail. So not only are you compressing your disc repeatedly, causing damage, but you're creating laxity in your low back, and that should be stiffer and more stable. And let's look at a Russian twist, for example. So a Russian twist, you're doing a partial sit-up, so you're pinching your disc, and then you're twisting back and forth, twist, twist, twist. So not only are you compressing your disc, but you're twisting it. And if you do that, eventually that thing is gonna fail, all right? Now here's the thing, like some people can get away with this. Some people are really small and skinny, got really limber spines, they can get away with it. So you may see this petite little girl doing a bunch of sips and crunchies. She can get away with it. The average person who's got a moderately thick spine, it's gonna break. It might not break today, it might not break tomorrow, but eventually doing this over and over is going to injure you. That's why, like in my clinic, I see people come in, I'm like, oh, all I did was pick up with a toothbrush. Well, what it was years of improper lifting and bad spinal flexion, and eventually that toothbrush was the final straw. And that's the way it always goes, right? So, I mean, think about this. So, a lot of time trainers will tell you to keep a straight back. Let's say we're doing any sort of lift. To say, keep a straight back, right? So why do you keep a straight back? So as you're doing that lift, you keep a straight back because if you round your back, you pinch that disc, and you're more likely to injure it because you got all this compression in the disc. And then when you go into a sit-ups, it's a whole bunch of repetitive compression of that disc. It's an unnatural, unintelligent, really unhealthy exercise for 99% of us. If you're an MMA fighter, you have to fight off your back or doing jiu-jitsu, you probably want to be doing some sit-ups. But for the majority of us, there's no reason to do them. Why? Because I can show you exactly how to work the exact same muscles that the sit-ups do, but they work your muscles better without damaging your low back. So if you have two options, right? You got a group of exercises that works all your ab muscles and gives you that nice six-pack look that doesn't damage your low back, it actually makes your back healthier. Or you can do sit-ups and crunchies and Russian twists, which also work those muscles, but they're terrible for your low back. It's like a no-brainer. Like, which one would you choose? Another thing that you guys is very important, is you should never suck your belly button into your spine, okay? So watch what happens. When I suck my belly button in, it shuts these muscles right off. Like, just do it at home. Suck your belly button in and feel how soft your muscles are. So you're sucking your belly button in, you're shutting off your muscles, and you're compressing your disc, and you're creating laxity in the posterior back of your spine, right? It's a very unwise thing. What you should always do is brace. So you just make it hard. So like if someone's about to punch you, your stomach is braced. Never ever suck it in. Which brings me to the next thing you should never do, and that is when you're on your back you have this lumbar curve. Like if you're in a chair or you're in a car, there's lumbar supports in your car. And the reason they're there is to support this lumbar curve because it's healthy for your low back. If someone, and I don't care who it is, in any sort of exercise tells you to press your spine to the ground, just goes against any sort of logic whatsoever. So here's what's happening. When you press your spine to the ground, your nice neutral curve, you're crushing those discs, and again, you're just creating problems for your low back for the future. So never, ever, ever press your spine to the ground. If you're doing it, if anything, put your hand under the curve in your lumbar spine to support that curve. There's absolutely no reason ever. Think of the dead bug exercise, which is popular among ladies, and it's a great exercise if you maintain this curve. You don't want to press your spine to the ground while you're doing a dead bug. And the literature is very, very clear on this. Just don't ever do it. Another thing that, kind of the same notes, is you see this thing called anterior head carriage, where our heads are like this, and we get tension in our neck, and we get pain in our neck, and we ever know it's called like a text neck. Well, so why is that so bad for you? It's the same thing. So you should have a reverse curve in your lumbar spine. You should have a reverse curve in your neck. If you lose this curve, you put extra pressure on the C7 and C6 discs. These are the discs that most commonly bulge and most commonly fail because you lose that curve in your neck and you put all this pressure on this disc. That's the exact same thing you're doing with sit-ups. So you're losing this curve and you're putting all this pressure on this disc, creating laxity back here, and eventually, with time, that's going to fail. So here's what I did for you. I showed you, I put it together, exactly how to work all these muscles, right, without damaging your low back. So all you got to do is click the button, right? I'll send you everything just for free. You just got to click the button, learn, and apply it. And I'll show you why you should never, ever, ever do a damn sit-up or crunchie ever again, or any variation of sit-ups and crunchies ever again. And if you're going to a program or going to a trainer where you're paying this guy or gal and they're having you sit-ups or crunchies or Russian twists with a ball, so you not only are you crushing your disc and not only are you pinching it, but you're holding onto a medicine ball, which is extra load and extra force on the disc. I mean, it's insane. It's just such bad program designing. You should just don't do it. Trust me. Don't ever do it, because I can show you how to work all the exact same muscles more intelligently while making your back healthier instead of injuring it. All right? So click the button below and learn more. And I mean, don't wait, man. Do it now.